Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hi everybody and welcome to the Won't Grow Up podcast with me, Kat Fyson.
Me, Liam Underwood.
And today we are doing our Halloween special.
Spooky! Some of us are appropriately attired.
Some of us aren't.
So this episode, we'll just be talking about what scares us.
Yeah, things that we find scary.
Yeah. And that's
but actually, before we start that...
Okay.
We have had an email.
What?
I know. I decided not to tell you about this before we started recording. So, whew.
Who's it from?
It's from... Let me read it to you. So it's from somebody called William North.
Okay.
Okay. And the subject line is, "How you, bro?" That's it. How you, bro?
How are you, bro?
Yeah. Do you have any idea what this might be about?
Is he a Nigerian prince?
No.
Oh.
This isn't, well, I think it's spammy, but it isn't spam.
Okay.
It made it to the inbox.
Alright.
So William North, shout out to you if you're actually watching, but I think it's doubtful.
Okay.
Ran across on YouTube a minute ago.
Oh yeah?
Keep progressing, or progressing.
Well, let's not pick a note. Maybe they're dyslexic or something.
Okay, progressing. I see potential. Had to like and subscribe. For real. Do me a favour. Return the love. Question mark. Oh,
I see.
And then a link to their channel.
I see.
So I checked out their channel.
Oh yeah.
And it's literally just like drum and bass music.
Oh, that's what we groove to.
No, it's not. So yeah, we had some correspondence.
Thank you for writing in, William North.
Yeah.
We are pleased that you like our channel.
And I'm sure you're definitely watching this episode.
Yeah. So. We don't like drum and bass, but if you produce content that we do like, then we would like and subscribe you in return.
Otherwise, we won't.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way before we start talking about things that we find scary.
Yeah.
Do you want to start? What do you find scary?
Currently, what my hair is doing.
Yes, that's quite scary.
So let's just address the fact that it's going to look terrible in this episode, and I don't know why.
To be fair, I also need my hair cut, so you're not the only one. You just happen to be the only one that starts getting weird bits flick out in random directions.
I've got little grey bits here.
Grey. That's another thing that is probably scary to you, is the idea of getting old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. But no, in all seriousness,
yeah.
What I find probably one of the scariest things that I find is commitment.
Yes. I think we both agree on that.
Yeah, like neither of us really want that much commitment. Like, we're not into the whole polyamory thing.
No.
But
I think we are in a committed relationship, but we don't want to get married or anything.
No, we don't want to have, like, no real commitment.
No. Just like...
We need that exit door in sight.
At all times.
Yeah, that helps me sleep easy at night.
Yeah, that's why we rent and everything as well. We're like, well,
yeah,
it's an easy escape.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What scares you?
So that's a couple of things that scare you then. What scares me? I'm trying to think of what scares me the most to start with.
Okay.
But there's probably a lot of things that scare me in equal measure, but the thing that pops to my head is clowns.
Is that like the most?
No, I don't think it's necessarily the most.
I think you've got better with clowns lately, because you was a big brave girl, wasn't you?
I watched the It movie, you know.
And that had a scary clown in it, didn't it? Had
yeah,
several.
The only bit that really scared me, and I'm not going to do spoilers, but the beginning with Georgie.
Yeah.
That's the only bit that really scared me in the whole movie.
Really? Not the room full of clown pets?
It was kind of freaky, but I felt... I don't know, I think I felt... Well, I think I kind of knew that was coming because I'd seen it in the trailer and all that. So
fair enough. Yeah, I think you're getting better with clowns.
Yeah, I still find them creepy.
Well, we're trying exposure therapy, aren't we?
We saw it. That's about it, really.
No, we watched the Tim Curry It as well.
Point still stands.
We have other clown movies ready to watch.
I don't really want to watch them, though.
Why not?
Just don't.
Exposure therapy. We'll get you there.
Yeah.
Because clowns, they're meant to be funny.
But they're not, are they? Nobody actually finds clowns funny. You either just think they're a bit weird or you're scared of them.
Yeah, I guess.
No offence to all the clowns out there that actually are professional clowns.
We have a strong clown following.
I hope we don't. I won't like them.
That'd be awesome. If you're a clown and you're watching, send a selfie.
Don't.
I have other fears.
So do I.
Hey, do you want to go first, or shall I have one now?
So much structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you go now, and then I'll go, and then we'll do it like that.
I'm scared of spiders.
Yes, you are.
I don't deal well with them.
I don't really like them, but I tend to have to be the one that has to deal with them.
Yeah, I can't. Even dead ones, I'm not a fan of.
I'm aware because I have to like pick them up. Well, not like in my hand, because but like in kitchen roll or something.
No, let's be honest. We normally hoover them up or vacuum for our American watchers.
Watchers / listeners.
Yeah, but yeah, for me, it's the way they move. Like, and what's weird, right, is it's the legs and they have too many legs.
They do.
But I'm not as scared of like centipedes or millipedes, which have way too many legs.
No, but they freak me out a bit.
Maybe it's because I don't really see a lot of them.
Yeah, maybe because spiders you see quite a lot of.
Too much.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Because you're even scared of like the teeny tiny ones, which I can deal with no problem. It's when you get the bigger ones. Like a few years ago, do you remember the massive spider?
Yeah, that we put a bin on. Yeah, I remember that. It's horrible.
Yeah, and I was really stupid because I was like, oh, if we put the bin over it, it'll just die overnight. And I then realised it was a mesh bin, and of course it wouldn't. No. So we ended up attacking it with spray, didn't we? We put the bin over it.
Like deodorant?
Yeah, whatever we could find, like aerosols, we were just trying it.
It did eventually kill it, I think.
I think so, but it took a long time.
Yeah, it was a real good smelling spider by the time it died.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, I don't like the legs and the way they move, especially if they're moving fast. I don't like that at all.
No.
And I don't like the fact that they can crawl up walls and along ceilings. Stop. I don't really like webs. I hate it when you're like just out walking, having a merry old time. And then you're like, well, I know there's a spider around somewhere. Is it on me? I don't like that. But Spider-Man: Homecoming is one of my favourite films of the year.
Nice.
So explain that.
I can't explain how your brain works. No. Anyway, on the note of you and spiders and the way they move and stuff, that kind of leads me nicely to the next thing that I'm scared of that I wanted to talk about. Because I don't like spiders, but I can...
You're better than I am.
Yeah, I'm better than you are at dealing with them, and usually we'll just get the hoover and that'll be that.
Or vacuum.
Or vacuum, whatever. But I am terrified of mice. And it's for similar reasons, not the amount of legs they have, that's totally normal, that's fine. 4. Yeah. It's how fast they move and the way in which they move that freaks me the fuck out. Yeah. They terrify me.
Like, I'll be honest, my experiences with mice in the past, like, I haven't really had a lot of experience with them, so I never really was like afraid of them or whatever. But when we had that one in our flat in Portsmouth, I agree with you. They moved too fast, and I didn't like how fast it moved.
Yeah. That one was really cocky as well, wasn't it? Yeah. It would just sort of like, it would hang out in the corner. So like we weren't like messy or like left food or anything.
No, we lived on the coast, and there was like our building we lived on was just infested. I've
spent almost half of my life now living by the sea, pretty much, like from when I moved to Worthing, when we were in Portsmouth. It's not that I'm used to them at all, because I still absolutely hate them, but they are part and parcel with living near the sea for some reason. And the one we had in Portsmouth was particularly cocky. And then it was clearly a problem with that flat before we even moved in. Because we literally, the day we moved in, we hadn't unpacked anything, and one ran across the room while she were at a lecture, I think. Yeah. And I just got the fuck out of there. You
didn't like it, did you?
No, I think I had a panic attack.
You did.
I properly freaked out.
Yeah, because I just finished the lecture and I was about to go and have fun at the pub, and I had a phone call from you, all like teary and panic attacky.
Yeah.
And I had to go deal with that.
Panic attack. Poor you.
Yeah, I was about to go to the pub and have a real good time.
I was terrified.
Ruined it.
I don't know when it started either. You know, sometimes when you have these fears, like they come from a particular experience as a child or something. I just don't like them. They scare me.
Well, luckily, you don't really have to deal with them very often.
No. Touch wood.
Yeah. But I guess that's also why you'd never have a cat then.
No, I mean, I grew up with cats, and to be honest,
they bring like dead or half dead ones, don't they, as little presents?
They used to bring in frogs mostly. I know, it's gross.
I don't have like an issue with the frog, but they're just a bit like, I wouldn't want it in my house.
Frogs. I wouldn't invite it in, but...
Do you remember in our old place we had a little pond and we sometimes got frogs there? That was good. I like them when they're like in the garden and away from the house.
That's fine. If a frog just leapt in here, I'd be like, ugh. But yeah. I'd probably laugh rather than cry.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be scary.
No, unlike mice. So mice scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. I don't like moths.
You don't. You hate moths, even the little ones that you realise, like the small ones, you could literally touch it and
they crumble. But I don't like them. I don't. No. They flap and they get in your face and they get in your clothes and they like eat holes in your clothes. I don't like them.
See, that part freaks me out. I don't like the idea of there like being a moth chowing down on my t-shirts or whatever. Yeah. That's gross.
Exactly.
But it's only the really big ones that freak me out, that have like the really chunky bodies and big wings.
Nah. I don't like them. They fly, and I don't think they should have that power.
They shouldn't have that power.
No.
Daddy Longlegs have a similar effect on me.
But they don't really fly. They just like bounce.
Yeah, that's probably worse for me because they bounce off of you sometimes.
Yeah, no, I have no issues with Daddy Longlegs, but you hate them.
When you lived on Southsea Seafront in that building, the front of that building, for whatever reason, just got caked in.
Wow, that's an exaggeration.
No, it's not. They were everywhere, and like I'd come and visit, and I would just be like freaked out, and I'd just sort of hover outside and get you to come downstairs. Yeah. But so aside from like creepy crawlies and animals and stuff like that, another thing that really freaks me out is like home invasion movies.
Oh yeah.
Just the idea of people coming into my house without me knowing.
So the movies freak you out, but surely also just the idea of home invasion. Then,
no, that's what I was just saying. Like, like for some people, like, you know, movies about possession or ghosts or whatever freak them out the most, but home invasion just feels very feasible. Like somebody could walk into my house, they could get into my house somehow and they wouldn't even have to do anything, or they might just want to take something. Like it could just be a burglary, but the idea of somebody being in my house without me knowing.
What if they were just watching?
No, don't.
Just watching you.
Oh no.
And then they left.
Oh no. But you know why. Well, I think you know the basic reason why that's the case.
Yeah, but tell our viewers.
Okay. When I was younger, apparently, some burglars, I can't speak properly, came into our house to obviously try and steal stuff. And then we came home, I think it was just me and my mum, and they were still in the house. They'd hidden in the house to wait until we had gone out again. And the idea of that just makes me feel really sick.
Yeah. No, I understand that. Like, it is a discount. It's not like, I think for me, I don't necessarily have that as a fear, just because I don't have any experience of it, but I don't like the thought of it.
That's definitely a genuine fear for me. Like, if I was in this house alone overnight for one night, I'd probably be okay and I wouldn't really think about it. But if I was here on my own for a longer period of time, I think I would freak out.
Do you remember when we was living in that flat in Portsmouth, the same one with the mice issues? There was a time when I think you was at work or something, and I was home alone, and I was having a bath, and I was just having a nice little bath, cleaning myself, and then I heard like at the door go, and I knew it wouldn't be you because you was at work. We weren't expecting anyone. I hear the door open and shut, and then I hear like some like sort of like clambering around outside the bathroom door.
What was this?
This was
I'm sure you told me. I just don't remember.
And I had the door locked because I just forced a habit, so I wasn't like, oh no, but I was naked and in a bath, and then all of a sudden all of the lights just went out.
I would be like,
I know, and it turned out you must remember. It turned out that the letting agents had sent someone round to do like an electricity check, but they hadn't told us, and they also let the person say. They said to the person, "Just let yourself in." We hadn't been given any warning. Yeah, and I ended up sat in the bath alone in the dark. Now imagine if that had been you in that situation.
I would have cried.
Yeah.
I would have just like called from the bathroom and be like, "Hello."
Well, that's the thing. I think that's what I ended up just kind of getting out of the bath, wrapping a towel around, and being like, "What's going on?
What the fuck? Who are you?"
Yeah, but it was just one of those situations where you're like, "There's not a lot I can really do here. I have no weapons.
No.
I have a towel.
A razor blade."
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. But that's probably like the closest to home invasion I've had. I didn't even find it that kind of freaky at the time. I was just very much like what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's the initial reaction in that situation.
But also, like the bathroom had no windows or nothing, so when the lights went out, it was pitch black.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned like ghosts, and I don't necessarily have a fear of ghosts themselves because I've never really had an experience with them. But I don't like ghost movies.
Is it because, like, when you watch a ghost movie, do you come out of that movie and you're worried you're going to see a ghost?
No. I just, I find the movies really uncomfortable. I don't know why. It's nothing that particularly relates to real life.
No.
I find ghosts, like the idea of ghosts and movies and stuff, it just kind of unsettles me, gets under my skin. Because
ghosts, I don't fully believe in ghosts, but I don't fully believe that they don't exist either.
Yeah.
I sit on the fence with ghosts.
Okay.
But
I've never had a personal experience.
No, I don't think I have either. I feel like I would remember if I had. But like that for me isn't a reason not to believe in it because I've not had my own experience.
No, and there's plenty of people who believe they've had experiences and stuff, and I find hearing those stories like interesting and really creepy.
And I feel like if I didn't believe in ghosts at all, I would just be like, "Oh, they're just talking shit." But
yeah, it's like I guess when I watch a ghost movie, I don't finish it. I'm like, "Oh no, what if I see a ghost?" I'm just like.
Whereas if I watch something like The Strangers, I'm like, someone's coming to my house to kill me.
I just find the idea unsettling. So it's not like I might see a ghost, but it's more that idea of what if?
What if I saw a ghost?
Like how? Oh, that'd be horrible.
I don't know. They might be like Casper.
Nah.
No, you would assume that they were like a poltergeist and they were there to hurt you.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
You got any others?
I can't think of any at the top of my head. I feel like I've covered
the majority of your fears.
The majority of my fears, yeah. Mice are probably the thing that freak me out the most. Yeah. No, I think that's probably it.
I'm scared of death. Just dying. The thought of dying. The thought of like. It's one of those things where if you start overthinking it, it gets really scary. Like the idea.
I don't think I've ever overthought about the idea.
Just think like the idea that.
I'd rather not do it right now.
At some point, everything that you are just ceases to be. All of your thoughts, everything just gone. You no longer exist. Like that is just terrifying to me.
I think that's why people like the idea of leaving some sort of legacy before they die.
I don't
really necessarily feel like I am necessarily going to necessarily.
The other aspect of dying that does scare me is the idea that, like, the inevitability of death means that everything that you do in your life is essentially redundant.
On that note.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's one of the things that, is scary.
I get it, but like,
and when you like really, really think about it, and you're like, you know, at any point, this could all just stop. Like your like perspective on things, how you interact with things, all of that just goes, and you don't have any control over that.
I mean, I overthink almost everything, but that is probably one of the things that I have not given very much thought to. Like, I don't believe in any sort of like afterlife. So, like you said, like when I die, that will be it.
Yeah.
But I don't really overthink that. I think, well,
I do.
When it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I think there's two ways of looking at it, right? Is that kind of accepting the inevitability of it, or just being terrified by the inevitability of it, which is what the camp that I sit in.
Oh.
Because it's just, I think anyone that isn't scared of it hasn't thought about it enough.
No,
because the thought of literally everything stopping that you perceive.
I feel like
and not only that, but the fact that you're gone, but everything else continues without you as well.
Yeah,
that's pretty terrifying.
Brilliant. What a way to round off our fears for our Halloween special.
Well, we haven't finished yet.
No.
We were going to talk about the last time that we were like really truly scared.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's end it on a happy note.
You go first.
Alright, so this sounds like we just keep moving around. The last house we lived in,
we do keep moving around.
Yeah. I was staying there by myself.
Yeah.
And I was, watching movies. It was late. I think it was 3 a.m. So it was late, and I was probably watching some sort of like scary movie or something.
Probably.
And it was just kind of coming to an end. So I just put the lights on in the living room. And you know what it's like when you're in the house alone, you've just watched a creepy movie, and then there's a knock on the door.
I would have died.
And my brain kind of, for some reason, it just immediately went to, you have to answer it.
Whereas my brain would be like, you have to hide now.
Exactly. So, and I'll talk you through my thought process, because in the moment it made complete sense, but now I'm just like, how the hell did you arrive at that conclusion? But my thought process was, what if it is like a burglar, like scoping out the place to see if anyone's at home? I was like, if you answer it, hopefully that will put them off. Now, obviously, I'm not a particularly intimidating sight.
No.
But the fact that someone is at home, hopefully,
would deter them.
Yeah. Now, I don't know why my brain went to that kind of level.
Because my thought process in that situation would be like, I'd rather they didn't know I was home and they gave it a go and felt like a fucking idiot. No,
because like there is a whole side of my brain that just didn't kind of engage, that could have been like, once they know you're home, they know how to deal with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, they know what they're dealing with. Right. You could open a door and they could already have a weapon or some sort. You could get clobbered on the head.
I suppose also as like a young, short woman.
Yeah.
If I open the door to someone who is scoping to burgle a house, I'm probably not really going to put them off.
No. Might encourage them.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, weak target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I came to the conclusion I had to answer the door. And I think another part of it was that I didn't want the not knowing, because that would have just creeped me out more. Yeah, that's
true. It would have really bothered me. I was just like, I wonder why somebody knocked on my door at 4
a.m. So I definitely gave it maybe like 30 seconds while I had this like internal debate.
Yeah.
But I decided, I opened the door, and it turned out it was just like a taxi. A supposed taxi. Right. Or it was quite dark, and all I saw was like headlights. I didn't actually see like any markings on the car or whatever, but I just saw someone being like, did you order a taxi? And I was like, nah. And they left. So it could have still been someone scoping.
Yeah, who's ordering a taxi at 3 a.m?
At 3 a.m, that's the thing. But so equally, the logical side of me goes, well, if someone had ordered a taxi and they pulled down, because we was in like a little cul-de-sac, and they kind of came down and saw that the living room lights were on, I get why they would maybe assume, oh, someone in there is waiting for a taxi.
Yeah. So especially if all the rest of the lights in the house were off, which they probably were. Yeah. Because you'd just be sat waiting to go out at 3 a.m.
So I get it, but it was just that there was that moment when the doorbell went that I was just a bit like, oh.
So glad it wasn't me.
Yeah. So that was the last time I was scared.
I don't really feel like mine is that scary, but in that moment, it was really scary.
Okay.
So I was walking down like a dark alleyway. This was a long time ago, so I don't really remember where I was going or anything, but I was on my own. I was walking down this alleyway, and You've
probably seen like enough slasher movies to know how that ends.
Know that's bad news.
Yeah.
And like, there was nobody around at all, and then suddenly someone was walking the other way, and they were quite tall, quite big, quite scary for somebody, for me particularly.
Yeah, you're quite small.
Walking along on my own in the dark. And and you kind of think, do I turn the other way? Do I keep going? In that situation, I would keep going.
Mm.
And so I did. And as they got closer and closer, I was starting to kind of freak out and start walking faster with the idea of getting past them quicker.
Yeah.
And then if they then turned around and started following me, I was already going at a pace that I could just be like fucking running now.
Yeah.
Get closer and closer and closer. And then as we're sort of about to cross paths, I realise that it is my older brother who scared the shit out of me. It's not really that scary when you recall it.
Yeah, and
but
I guess
at the time you're in like a situation that could have gone really wrong.
Yeah. Like that story has a good build up, just let down by the ending.
Yeah.
That could have been like a really creepy and then I walked past and it was like some homeless person that chased me.
Yeah, but that's not what happened.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh my god, I just remembered something else. Can I do another one?
Yeah, sure.
But again, it's like it didn't actually turn out to be...
Does this have another terrible ending?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You've been warned.
Well, we once found, like me and a group of friends, once found this like bin liner, like outside this abandoned house.
Okay.
And we opened it, and there were like rolls of film in there.
Yeah.
Like the old rolls, for kids out there, you used to get little film rolls. You took them, you got them developed. Some of those.
For the kids.
For the kids. And actually, this is a kind of a rubbish story because all we really did was imagine what might be on the
You didn't
photos.
even...
No. But our minds went to some pretty dark places.
I can imagine.
Yeah. They were like, oh, what if it's like dead bodies or something?
It's probably just someone's like holiday snaps.
Yeah, probably.
It was
just like the fact that it was outside an abandoned house that we knew that nobody had lived in for a long time, and it was just weird that they were all in like these bin liners, like somebody had like tried to hide them or something.
And like one had cheated on the other, and they found out on a holiday. And it was just all of the holiday snaps that they were just like, I can't bear to get these developed.
Yeah, yes, but when you're like this, the house was like full on ransacks. Like it was an absolute mess. And when you're a kid, you kind of have all these stories in your head about what could have happened. And I remember like me and this group being like, can you imagine if it was this? And like,
see, for me,
your
I would
imagination just goes wild.
I would have to get it developed just to see.
I think that in the end we were just too scared to, in case it was actually that, and that we had essentially been holding on to some sort of evidence to a horrible crime.
Yeah, but she's probably good then. Otherwise, it just gets lost to time.
Well, that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they got away with it. Yeah. And that's the real scary part of the story.
That just suddenly popped in my head.
That person could still be out there today doing all sorts of horrible crimes.
Maybe, or like you said, it could have just been some holiday snaps.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
And that's the real... It's the unknown that's the scariest. So you tell us, what gives you goosebumps?
Wow.
How will they tell us?
How will they tell us? They could leave a comment below.
Yeah, that's one way.
Yeah, or you could tweet us.
Oh yeah.
Which at wontgrowuppod. Or you can email us at wontgrowuppod@gmail.com like our good friend William North did.
Yes. And let us know what scares you.
And I guess we will see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
Done.
Done. That's too close.